that behavior is problematic.
Absolutely.
I mean, it is a crime to call 911 when there's not an emergency. Have those people been prosecuted? No. Does that make it okay? No. Right? So is there some disproportionate reaction to him? I can concede to that argument, but I also don't think that then we should necessarily ignore him and this behavior if it is a hoax, because they've also gotten away with it. Like, that just doesn't work out for me. Like, I saw this thing the other day that had like all these white folks, white men that have been accused of sexual violence and sexual assault, but they hadn't been prosecuted. And they were like, but people coming after Bill Cosby and R. Kelly. Like, so we should just let all the white rapists run free? Like, that's okay. Right. But black folks should get to run. Black rapists should get to run free because the white men got that makes no sense to me. There's not an equivalent sort of argument there.
It doesn't make sense in terms of, if you look at it from the perspective of ethics and morality. I will agree with that. It doesn't make sense of it in terms of the justice system. I will agree with that. It doesn't make sense of it in terms of psychology. I'll agree with that. But in terms of the argument of equity and the question of equity and balancing the scales, it does, and all I'm saying is, it does make for an interesting question, because you must then ask yourself, look at you. You must then ask yourself, is this a way to create equity by overlooking things that are happening today that were systematically and systemically overlooked in the past?
So that's where I argue with you. I think it's a conversation about equality and not about equity. Those are different concepts.
Well, you're a black person who speaks equality.
No, I speak equity.
No, there are a lot of black people who look at this in terms of we deserve this, and that speaks to a greater conversation about the lack of cohesion within the black community. And I don't think we have time to do that today.
No, 20 podcasts can't cover that.
Right. Well, maybe 22, but you never know. We'll try it next season.
We'll try it. So I think, I say let's end this like preface part here.
Yeah. Because you're wrong. Because you're wrong. So let's end.
Right.
Because
you had a minimal pushback.
Because you're wrong
about equivocation. Actually,
set him free. Set him free. Let me stop. Let me stop.
One of our listeners right now is
right. It's like really like climb up out your feelings. And just as a real note, don't come for me on Twitter, because I'm not a troll. I'm a goblin. Okay. So don't do it.
Oh my gosh, don't do it. This will be interesting. So let the original podcast roll, and then after that we'll for sure have a couple breaks in there, you guys. You peoples, y'alls. And,
wait a minute. You people. You people. You people. Okay. Oh my goodness.
See, just to go on and on and on if we just don't put our hearts. We're very interested for you guys to connect with us. I mean, not the trolls. You guys just connect among yourselves. But we really do want to hear from you about your thoughts, your reactions, whether you disagree with us or agree with us, or want to challenge us or not. At All About Tomas, you can hit him up first with the challenges on Twitter and Instagram, and at Dr. Nikki Knows on
Here's
Twitter.
the thing: challenge me with a check. I don't respond unless there's money involved. Hit me up for the PayPal link. That's what I'm going to say to you right now.
Is it a check for $3,500 to two Nigerian brothers?
How are you putting my business in the street right now? Wait a minute. I took notes. I'm taking notes at the fluidity of this situation. It's just so crazy. So crazy. It just is.
Personal training?
Yeah. When we come back, we'll get into that, because I have such empathy for that baby. I really do.
Mm-hmm. Bless his heart. Mm-hmm. All right, roll the podcast. Roll tape. I've always wanted to say that.
Building relationships during recovery from mental and substance use disorders can put the strength of family and community behind you. We're all connected, offering encouragement, support, and hope. Join the Voices for Recovery. Strengthen families and communities.
For confidential information on mental and substance use disorders, including prevention and treatment referrals for you or someone you know, call 1-800-662-HELP. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Tune in tomorrow for our original podcast, Justice for Jussie, and on Friday, our follow-up to that conversation. As always, thank you for listening.